Hey guys, this reunion is going to get split up into two parts. One that'll be a couple minutes right now, answering questions about the disqualification, and then the rest of the reunion will be your normal good vibes with the rest of the cast answering questions about them. So if you want to skip to that part of the reunion, there will be a timestamp in the description or a timestamp somewhere annotated on the video, and you can just skip to that part. So we'll get started with the first question, which comes from Nemo Likes Donuts on YouTube. What was it like having Killer's disqualification play out after the season? We got the overview of what happened, but what was going through your head the entire time as it played out from getting the reports to eventually making that decision? I could be here all day talking about that, but if I had to give you a TLDR version of it, essentially, we didn't get to look at the reports until after the season, and something just didn't feel right, and so we had to actually investigate and see who are these people that were most likely talking to Killer, and basically cross-reference all these reports. What were the common threads that were happening? Essentially, there were just a lot of undeniable coincidences that you couldn't say, oh, these 12 coincidences all happened at the same time. And quite honestly, this kind of ruined a little bit of my sleep schedule the following week after recording the season. I remember going to work some days just going, this doesn't feel right. That we had to have an emergency meeting between me and a couple other people from production where we just sat down for 3 hours, like after midnight, just going, what can we do about this? This might get messy. And so we were either left with two options, which were don't do anything about the situation and just reward the fact that someone just broke the rules pretty badly. And then if I were to ever continue with another season, people would just look at this situation and go, oh, well, he still won, and I can break as many rules as I want. Why do I have to listen to any of the rules that Chris sets out because he's not going to do anything about it? Or take the other path, which is you set these rules up for a reason, and they're to be followed, and if you don't follow them, you're going to get punished. And you can probably guess which path we took. This next question probably has a lot of people wondering why we didn't do it. For example, Lambo on YouTube asked this, and I Love TN 2000 on Discord asked this. And the question is, I want to preface this question by saying, as another Minecraft game show host, I completely respect your decision to disqualify Killer. One thing I am curious about was there any reasoning about not letting the majority of the jury who voted for Killer vote again for either Corkager or Trevor? It almost makes the first part of the jury seem worthless and seem that Knife was the only real jury member. This was probably the biggest thing that bothered probably the most of us on production. And it was, well, this was the jury. Do we respect the decision? We had really two main ways we could go about basically enacting the punishment, which was either disqualify the votes for Killer and nullify all of his votes, and the winner would be the person with the next number of highest votes in the final three, or have those people who voted for Killer revote. And in an optimal situation, that's the decision we would have wanted to do. However, after thinking about it, the situation arose after hearing that the problems were rooted from external factors and people messing with the game from an outside source. So, considering that we record all of this stuff all in one shot, 14 hours straight basically, and the jury and everybody else just gets to mingle after the recording session, and they get to talk about why did you vote that way? Why did you cast your jury vote? Why did you make these moves in the game? And they're getting more information than they did from the final tribal council. You are getting more information as a jury member that if we were to say, all right, you're allowed to revote, we could say as much as possible, try to revote as if you didn't have that information, but let's be honest, those jury members would have so much information that they really shouldn't have had in the first place when casting that revote. Trust me, I kept thinking about wanting to give that revote power months after we came to the decision to disqualify Killer. But what I just told myself was you can't fight outside information with a solution that also involves what the problem was, outside information. Another reason why we didn't want to have people re-voting was because, to be quite honest, there were people on that jury that production and I just did not feel comfortable letting them re-vote because they probably would have wanted to stir the pot with drama. in the community for the next 6 months and say, hey, I heard Chris did this and it's kind of rigged. The fact that he let us revote after the fact that the season was recorded, and he's basically taking away so-and-so's win. Isn't that messed up? And it could have just been blown out of proportion for the next 6 months because some people just love to see the drama play out. As much as it was hard to keep quiet for the next 6 to 7 months about this, that was probably the best option considering how toxic the community can be. At this point, it was a matter of how can we figure out this situation best enough, not just for the integrity of the game, but also my mental health, because I would be the one having to bear all of this quietly with production for the next 7 months as I would be editing the series. The next question is, if this was happening during the season, why didn't you do something and just disqualify right then and there during the season? Like I mentioned in the finale, recording a season is very fast-paced. We're in a rush those entire 14 hours we're recording. And for me, my job as the host is to make sure the game keeps going. Otherwise, we're going to be there all day, all night. And considering that Vindicator's Key was essentially another sub-game happening at the same time as the main game, I'm already stressed out trying to make sure the main game is happening. There was no room for me to be going, oh, okay, yeah, I can stop both games and look at these reports, because otherwise we might have to do another recording session, which that's not optimal. Most people would be like, oh, I can't make the next recording session. So our only option was to keep the game moving, and we'll figure it out from there. Because to be quite frank, I don't expect anyone to be really trying to peg contestants during in the game. When I give you 3 warnings, don't tell your friends that you're on the season, because they might want to harass people for more information. I just don't expect you to do that, because I just expect people to follow the rules and be respectful and be grateful that they even got on the season. So this leads into the next question, which is from Nifty. He says, I think the part that hits me most about this is that there has been so many visible steps from production to prevent stuff like this happening ever since Season 2. And yet something still managed to slip through and break the season a bit. So essentially, a lot of people want to know, why didn't you have a better plan? To be quite frank, I didn't expect something like this to happen. Because I would think, I gave you 2 warnings, you submit a non-disclosure form, and that should be it. Nothing crazy should be happening. It's a Minecraft game show, and we shouldn't be taking it too seriously. But the difference for me is I put a lot of hard work into it, so I do have to care a little bit more. And it almost makes me feel for the real producers of Survivor when they had to deal with the Island of the Idol situation with Dan, where it just seems like, yeah, they could have been more readily prepared, but all they can really do now is just say, I'm sorry, we messed up, but we're going to try to do better in the future. And for me, that's what I'm going to do. We messed up here. We didn't really have a protocol in the event that something like this happened. The only protocol I would ever think of doing if something like this ever happened, where it was a crazy situation that got out of hand, what happened was to just straight up disqualify someone. Well, if another season were to ever happen, there is a better solution moving forward for if somehow someone managed to get to the end, somehow managed to get the majority of the jury votes. There is going to be a solution that involves not having any of this blow up, and it does involve having the jurors re-vote in the event that their first vote does end up getting nullified and disqualified. All I can do from this situation is look at it, learn from it, and move forward. Some people are also wondering, how did this actually affect the game? I feel like I touched on this in the finale, but Quinn303 on Discord asks, do you think Killer's punishment was fair to him and the rest of the cast? I do think it's fair because the rest of the cast, which was 15 people, and production, which I think was about 16 people, all worked very hard to make sure that this season would be successful. And to have one person just not do what he was told, it would be a disservice to the other 30 people that made the show what it was, if nothing was done. When was this decision decided by production? This was decided approximately 3 to 7 days right after the season was over, and basically we gave a chance for anyone to say, hey, you want to say something to try to defend your case? Go for it, because we were going to be doing our own investigations from the 4 reports we had. Side note, it's kind of funny that this decision was made basically back in July of 2019, because now the people who are basically harassing the contestants back 7 months ago, feel the need to say, I'm sorry that you feel slighted, that you think we messed with your show 2 hours right before the finale was going to air. 7 months after this whole entire thing. In my Discord direct messages. So I hope everyone can take a little lesson from this whole situation. I know I have. And once again, I just want to say thank you, everyone, for just giving the cast space regarding the situation. I do not condone anyone going out of their way to be harassing people after this entire situation. Fighting fire with fire is not going to solve anything. An eye for an eye is just going to make the whole world blind. We will now turn it to the rest of the cast for the reunion of Minecraft Survivor Season 7, and trust me, it is a good one. It is all good vibes from here. And we are on. Okay. Welcome, everybody, to the reunion of Minecraft Survivor Season 7, the Caribbean. Or Caribbean. What is that?
Let's go.
Alrighty, so. Alright, so as we have sitting here, sorry. If you haven't watched the finale, I'm going to give you a little bit of time here to click off this video because we will be spoiling the entirety of the season. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Alright, well, so, finale's up. In a turn of events, Trevor wins the season against Corkager in a odd 1-0 vote. If you don't know why, I suggest you watch the finale.
Please clap.
Oh. But here with us today, we have Trevor, Corkager, Knife, Kajbi, Jay, Tim, Huffle, Liz, Marty, Joseph, Hannah, and Asher. Wow. I was about to say Hasher, but we will we'll be catching up with everybody.
The same player.
Yeah, we're gonna try to catch up with everybody here. So why don't we start off with a question from just a question for each player. Trevor, I have a feeling that I know how you feel about this win, but yeah, like, how do you feel about this season?
I mean, it's great to win, but it's super bittersweet because I would have liked to have won in a more actual way, if that makes any sense.
And that's fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't like the by default win.
Sure. Corkager.
Yeah.
You battled your way from the key, from being first voted off to managing to get runner-up.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure people had a lot of opinions about you.
Yeah, definitely.
How has that been, just dealing with those opinions?
Honestly, I enjoyed positive and negative opinions. Like, it's funny to say, like, I enjoyed reading, like, the hate messages. Like, honestly, it made me laugh. And then also, like, there was never in between. It was, like, always, like, you either liked me a lot or you not so much. Like, you hated me. But there was a lot of love, and, like, it was awesome. I liked it.
Is that something that you were going for coming into the season?
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. I just was going for it, and I love it. I love it, really do. Like, I do get DMs, and it's really nice. Like, I don't know. I like it.
All
it's
right.
fun.
Knife. You were short of making it to the end, and actually, why don't we just poll the jury right now? Let's say either Trevor or Killer is replaced with Knife in the final 3. Please punch in the air if you were a part of the jury, if you would vote for Knife to win the game. There we go. Out of the 4 jury members here, it seems like... actually, Corkager, you'd probably still be here. Trevor, would you have voted for Knife, or would you have voted for...
No.
Okay. So, out of the 5 jury members that would have been there, Knife probably would have still won the game because 4 would have been a majority with the 7 jury members. So, given how you played the game, Knife, how do you feel coming out of this game and just this entire experience? Because this was also your first, I guess, like, Minecraft Survivor that you played in.
Yeah, I mean, it is nice to hear, that you would have won if you would have made it. Especially
My bad.
considering that I didn't personally believe that I was going to win, even if, I had made the final three. I didn't know about the jury actually wanting to vote for me until after the season. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I didn't play the winning game because I didn't make it to the end. So, I mean, I was close. I tried my best, but I mean, I'm not the winner. Trevor is, and I'm really proud of him for that. So that's about it.
And actually, a follow-up question. Considering that, because of the circumstances of the season, you were the only vote for Trevor. What was the thinking behind? And in effect, you basically decided who won the season. Why did you vote Trevor when everybody else on that jury decided no?
I mean, I can't speak for the other 6 guys on the jury. I do feel like part of it was that I was the last boot and I had the least time to talk to them. But I mean, I tried to vote Trevor out at Final Four because I thought Trevor was the biggest threat to win. I didn't think that Killer was a threat to win as much as the other 6 apparently did. So I was just, I was trying to get Trevor out, and since Trevor got me out, I respected that, and I was going to vote for him.
Okay. Kajbi, you... Hey. You were in a comfortable alliance, and you didn't want to turn up the heat until later in the game when you won 2... Please tell me I'm getting this right. 2 individual immunities in a row.
Yes, that's right.
And a reward, I believe.
Yeah.
So, are you proud of the way you played the game?
I am 100% proud of the way I played. I came in here like 15 complete strangers, and it's crazy to me that I played this game that got me to 5th place. I'm just really happy because, I mean, I don't know. Sorry, I'm thinking.
You're good.
I'm not good. I'm not good on. Okay. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
Playing such a good game, and that just warms my heart
Mhm.
because it's I don't know. It's just you got to do what you got to do to win the game, and a lot of people thought I was doing well, so I guess that's a good answer to that question.
All right.
Sorry, I stuttered a bit.
You're okay. Jay, you
Hello.
came into this game as some would probably say a super fan. I guess is a categorization. I mean, it felt like you knew a lot of trivia about the series coming into this. Do you feel like you got the experience you wanted as a super fan?
This experience was super fun, and even though I would have loved to be sitting right here where Trevor is, he definitely deserves it. And I think that this was one of the best seasons, despite all the stress and everything that's happened towards the end. It was such a good experience. I'm so happy that I got to play, and I just want to thank production for all the time and effort you guys put into it because it showed through this season. And as a super fan, I couldn't have asked for anything better. So thank you guys so much.
All right. Okay. All right. And Tim.
Hello.
Ooh, you're getting a hard one. Actually, I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm just trying to buy up time to think of a question. But
Okay.
it's fair to say you played pretty hard, and some might say, "Damn, what the hell? A trivia challenge?" How did it feel when you were voted out at that very quick double tribal council at the final night?
It all went so quick because some of us saw it coming, but then when it actually did happen, all we had is DMs, and it seemed like we were having a good plan. Even the distraction worked by having him play the idol on Korkager, and then as soon as you read that first vote, Korkager, I was like, oh no, oh shit, and then I knew what happened, and after that was just confusing, and I I get pissed off pretty easily, as most people know. So I was just pissed for the rest of the night, and I felt like I had so much more to give. But I'm still proud of how I did. But at that moment, I was pretty mad, I can say, and it certainly influenced how I viewed the rest of the game.
Okay. Huffle. It felt like you were trying to make these bonds under the radar with everybody. And so you made one with Knife. Do you feel like you could have pulled anybody in with Knife in like a dream Final 3 scenario?
I don't know. I feel like Dream Final 3, if I had to take Knife, I also probably would have wanted to take Corkager just because he was eliminated. He went on. I didn't think that anyone else would be able to vote for him.
Oh shit.
Well, just because, again, I mean, we saw in the actual vote, he didn't get any.
Oh.
I almost considered it, but I don't know. I think Knife is my closest ally. I'm scared. He is in my face. I don't know. I just think I would have had the best chance of beating Corkager against everyone else that was left at that point.
All right. Liz, you were just short of making it to the merge, but you have never really done at this point, you had never done anything like this in terms of a game show. Are you proud of how you made it far into the pre-merge?
Oh gosh. Getting pre-merge was definitely disheartening. But the fact that I had never played anything like this within like at all. I have never even watched an episode of Survivor before I played this. And so I feel like I did pretty decent considering those factors. And I had a really good time either way, so definitely it was an interesting experience for me.
All right, Marty, are you and Garrett friends?
No.
All right, follow-up question. Why do you think you got so heated on your way out when Garrett was saying some things to you?
I think I got heated because of the whole environment. I was tired. People were being annoying that day. So I was really ready to just get it over with. They were making fun of my ethnicity, and I don't take lightly to that. So, yeah, if you come for me, don't come for me unless I sent for you at the end of the day. And he came where he didn't need to be.
Okay. Joseph.
Yeah.
You were put in a very... yeah, Corkager knows. Odd position.
Yeah.
Out of the gate when your tribe lost.
That's true.
For some reason, on an 8-person tribe, people got into a 7-person chat, leaving you out of it. And it just felt like your name never washed away from the target list.
That is...
How do you process that?
I will say throughout the season it was very ironic because I came into the season I was like, oh, I'm usually on the top of things and all that stuff, but then to go straight into the season and go instantly on the bottom because I wasn't fast enough to get to like the tribe camp. Like I walked into the camp and instantly it was like me alone. I'm like, well, what happens now? So like I don't even know. It was nearly impossible to recover. I'm just happy I made it past the first boot, man.
All right. Hannah.
Hi.
Have you played any more parkour challenges since your time on the show? And what have been the results been?
So a really funny story. Chase hosted a Survivor and had the exact same fucking challenge.
How'd that go?
And I failed in it again. Yeah, twice. I failed in it twice, and one time I just told my tribe, you know what, I'm fucking bringing down the tribe, so I'm a head out. Yes. Yeah, I hate parkour still to this day.
Dang. Well,
wait, Hannah, can I have your spot?
What? Oh, what? No, I know what he's... Whatever. Okay. Asher.
Asher.
This probably really hurts, but... You've taken this whole entire thing graciously, and I don't think anybody else could do it in the Asher fashion. The way you went out, pretty brutal. As Corkager gives you a crafting table.
Thank you.
How have you been able to process everything?
I mean, the day of, I was so crushed. Like, it was just the worst thing to not only, blow up my game and fail and ruin my chance, but then also to go out like that. It was just, I was mad at everyone and I was mad at myself. And I just felt like he was rubbing salt in the wound. But since then, I've kind of just taken a step back and just been gracious that I even got to play. And that overshadows the negatives for me. And yeah, I'm over it. And me and Corkager are good now.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean by Asher fashion, folks.
Let's go. Asher, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry.
I understand. It was just
Don't be. It
part
was
of
a
the
great
game.
moment.
Thank you, Asher, for being a part of the season. Also, thank you to the pre-merge for giving us Vindicator key moments.
Yeah.
Don't know what would have happened without that.
Woohoo.
So now let's get to fan sent questions. Starting with
Oh no.
Omega Wolf Gaming from Discord. This is to the whole cast. Who would you never want to play again? Either to conflicting personalities or outstanding gameplay that's just too scary to play with again. You guys try to go one at a time, but yeah, let's try to listen to what everyone wants to say. Go.
We got a
Tim
consensus.
is fucking scary to play with.
Why?
Oh.
I'm gonna agree.
You're scary. You're intimidating.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's
I
the
can agree with
accent
that.
or like what,
I'm
but
gonna
like, I
agree.
fucking
The
hate playing
accent.
game shows
The
with you.
accent.
It's the accent.
Can I add
I don't
on?
know. He has a way. He is very good at lying, just in general. Like you don't really sense any bullshit in his voice.
Yeah.
Can I add on? Tim is a pretty big dad.
Oh jeez. And my internet cuts as he says that.
He's a dad and a Chad. He's quite a good guy. You just feel this
He's a
trust
dad.
with him, and it's very scary.
Any other people
It's
you guys
very
wouldn't
fun.
want to play with?
Well, I guess I
Bigger.
I
Garrett?
want to retaliate in that case.
Really, Gary.
Fucking
I know he's not
Asher.
here to defend himself, but
Asher.
Unfortunate.
I wouldn't want
I
him
would
to go
love
home
to play
first
with
again.
Corkager
I wouldn't
again.
want him to go.
Yes, Trevor.
I want to play
Corkager would be great to play with.
Corkager is fucking awesome, dude.
Maybe if we follow his cult
Yes,
this time,
sir.
we'll actually win.
That's true.
Okay. We have a question from Sylvia on Discord. For the whole cast, after the season, who do you feel like played the best game and you cannot pick yourself?
Trevor.
Do I have to answer?
Timmy.
If you don't want, I don't.
Oh,
Besides me, I believe Timmy.
Okay.
thanks. I believe you played. Like, I was bitter when I didn't vote for you, but if I see it now, dude, I'm so sorry I didn't vote for you. Neil. You
Well,
played a great
I'm
game.
glad to
I-
hear
I'm-
it. Thank you.
yeah, I seconded that.
second
Yeah,
that.
I think Trevor played a really good.
And are you guys just saying that because you guys are on camera, or do you actually feel that way?
No, I actually
I
think
actually
that.
feel that
No,
way.
I
No,
genuinely
uh,
think that.
None
I
of
just
us
had a
knew
bad
it,
final
actually.
tribal council.
Out of
That's
everybody
really
voted
what I would put it down to.
Look, man, Trevor, I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I agree too, but hey, thanks for the moments where you just you just said what you said.
Yes, Trevor.
This one is from Bam Bam Sam on YouTube for Timmy.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hi, Timmy. You were an inspiration to me on the season because you represented us well for the Dutchies.
What a dad.
I really hope we get to see you play again someday. I want someone to raise that Dutch flag over the MC Survivor Mountain. My question for you is mainly directed to how were you able to integrate so well with a younger crowd and more importantly, keep up with the challenges?
Is he trying to call you old and like crippled?
I don't think so.
Dad.
First off, I'm happy I got to represent the Dutch people as the first contestant here. I would love to play again, but chances slim. But to answer your question, I've played some of these before. I know some people heading into the season. I'm blessed to know them, like Jay, and that made it a lot easier. Of course, there's like a lot of stories to tell, and people may look up to you in a way. Like Hannah said, I can come across as intimidating, which may be like a bad thing, but it can also help me integrate better because people would flock to you to see you as a leader. So I think that helped. And challenge-wise, I don't know. People have told me before I just have a knack for being pretty okay at video games, so that helped.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. This
Platoon.
one is from Caching from Discord for Corkager.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yikes.
How does it feel to sound like a horse when you scream?
Good lord, like I don't know. It must just be like, you know, that was the age. 15 years old. That was a long time ago.
Are you
you
still
know?
15 or did you?
I'm turning 16 in a few weeks.
Woo.
All right.
Going to driver's ed soon.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm gonna be driving. Yeah, no more
When's
horse
your
sounds,
birthday?
baby.
Yes,
March
I've
19th,
rewatched the first Tribal so many times.
I've watched it.
It's
I
so
put the
funny.
Snapchat. I put the Snapchat
No.
Elliot on that first tribal.
All right. So this one is from Frog All In One from Discord for anyone that went to Vindicator's Key. After falling short on the Edge of Extinction challenge, either challenge, how did it feel knowing your shot at winning was over?
I wanted
blamed
to
it on-
smash something.
Oh.
I blamed it on lack of brewing knowledge.
It felt great.
I literally had 3 like FPS the whole fucking like even I couldn't even do the first parkour.
Water in my bottles. I need to stop saying that word. Sorry.
Just can't imagine Asher being mad.
Garrett,
And with that, we have a surprise entrance from Garrett.
special guest. Hello.
Hold up, let me plug my mic in. I wasn't expecting this. My work will be a little bit late. I'm munching on McDonald's, living my best life, though.
All right. So when Garrett comes on, I'm gonna ask everyone to move over on when he gets on. But for now, we'll keep going with the quest. Oh, jeez. Well, here's one for Garrett.
Hold up! Hold up!
All right. I'll save that question for in a bit. Then this next question comes from JP Tooney on Discord.
Oh, whoa!
Ah, no shit. My bad. This one's for Chase. He's not here either.
Oh.
All right.
I can't wait. I hope he does well in Minecraft
What
Survivor.
server we on?
Yeah, I hope he does well on
I got
Minecraft
you,
Survivor.
Seichpai on YouTube asks the whole cast, what was the biggest surprise gameplay-wise that made you actually shocked?
Does Vindicator's Key count?
Sure, it's part of the game.
Okay, well
That
that.
was the stupidest.
Wait.
Wham,
whoa,
wham,
whoa.
wham,
3 to 1.
Corkator going home first.
Oh,
That
shoot.
was the best surprise gameplay one.
That happened. That was
That
really
was surprise.
Corkager
so
coming
fun.
back.
Dude,
to
I
the
was
game
so
was a shock.
surprised.
That was
Also, Gene, I don't
that
understand why you're
surprised me.
surprised about
That surprised
Vindicator's
me.
Key.
Garrett dropping the N-word about 5 times. That was pretty shocking.
Oh,
That was
great.
Yes, Garrett.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean,
When
for the
something-
culture,
I had
I
to
might as
censor
well
all
say
my
it.
N-words.
I mean, you guys want me to just say it just for culture?
Yeah.
oh man.
Sure.
Yes.
All right, next
I'm
question.
sorry.
Next question. This one comes from Fairplay on YouTube. This one's
Oh,
for
that's-
Corkager.
Dude, that's the real one. It's Johnny Fairplay, guys.
Johnny Fairplay.
Corkager, is it true you did crack before the season started to give louder reactions?
That is not true. That is not true. You know what? I did a lot of stuff before the not that kind of stuff,
Whoa.
but like just like kind of hype myself up for
Okay.
the season.
Okay.
Like I wore a suit jacket just to like make myself a little bit more cockier.
Oh my god.
So yeah, so that was like one of the things, and then I like walked around like you know like when if you're in choir like.
Guys, we don't have to move.
Well, like, not anymore.
Front row
But,
doesn't
like
have
you
to
like rehearse, like you do some notes and stuff. Like I was going through all my notes, like
Oh, shit.
getting my voice
Wait.
ready. You know, I was.
You need to
I
go
was
over
getting
one.
prepared.
Hold on, no.
Prepared.
Okay. Sorry, Corkager, that we're cutting you off. Marty, move over one to
That's
to your left. Joseph to your one
Yep.
left, and
Yep.
there we go.
Hey, there we
Symmetry.
go.
Am I good?
you.
Am I good?
Corkager
You're
so
good.
adamantly answered no to the crack thing makes me think he actually does.
No.
No, wait, I didn't do it.
Corkager, did you do
Exactly.
anything? Did you do anything else?
What do you mean by L?
Sorry, like I just wanted you to finish the answer
drunk.
because I cut you off.
Yeah, I finished. No, I'm good.
Okay, cool. Next one. Okay, so let's. Sorry, we're coming in
Thank you,
hot here, Garrett, but this one comes from Isaac for Smash on Discord, and honestly, a couple other people who are. They want to know how differently do you think the game could have gone had you not screwed up the rock draw?
First and foremost, I'm not actually going to answer your question. I have to make a formal apology.
Oh.
Wasn't expecting to do this. but God is great. Miss Marty,
Oh.
What?
Oh.
I would like to apologize for my shenanigans during the season. I took it too far, and I am deeply apologetic because you are a great person. And I hope that one day we could be friends again. So my apologies for that.
I feel so sweet.
I did not expect that.
That was
Do I need
unexpected.
to say something now?
If you want to, I'm not gonna make you, but if you want.
Shit, I wasn't
I'm
expecting
ready.
that. I didn't come prepared. I would have wrote in the script. But I do cordially accept your apology from woman to whatever you are. And
You can call you can call me a nigga.
Cut it out.
I'm not gonna say that. I may be black, but I don't say that word.
Okay, fair.
But
I was
do
really
accept
hoping
your
Marty would be
apology. It just came as a shock to me that you would be disrespectful in that way at the worst of moments, and it's just great that we have closure for that moment.
All right.
Corkager, I'm still waiting.
I wish we could give us like 5 minutes left.
I can answer the question now.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Marty.
Okay. Yeah.
Moving.
Do you remember the
what?
question?
I sort of remember it. Yes, the rock drop. It's a big thing and a lot of people were coming at me for that move because you know what? It sort of ruined my game at the end of the day. But it was my game to win or lose. And the only thing that was in the way of stopping me from that was my number one ally, which was Timmy. And yeah, I understand that I might have hurt Timmy in the long haul. Like, on a personal level, I hope would be cool because you know how much I appreciate and love you. But Timmy and I were working so close together that if Timmy was at the end with me, which Timmy wasn't going to bring me to the end because he was dumb if he did that. But if he was there, I had no shot because Timmy was Timmy was actually playing a great game. And I was just adding on to it and being very loud. So a lot of the things that I was getting credited for, I give the props to Timmy because without Timmy, there would have been no Black Garrett. But if I brought him to the end, I have no chance. So I had to do it.
All right, 10
yeah,
seconds.
I might have made a mistake, but who knows?
All right.
Honestly, it would have worked too at the final 6. If I honestly, I wouldn't have played my idol, but I don't know, I just kind of played it. And if I hadn't, it actually would have gone to Rock, so it would have worked out for him.
Okay. Next question. From Super Hot from Discord. This is the whole cast. Was OJ innocent?
Who?
Yeah,
absolutely. No,
If the glove don't fit, you must quit.
Hey, that's my dude though. Like,
oh
he's a
gosh,
brother.
Really?
I gotta
Killed 2 people without consequences.
You know what? My name is Knife, and
Just like Corkager on Vindicator's key.
What OJ did is basically the same as what Corkager did on Vindicator's Key. Asher.
I think
Let's be real here, guys.
damn. All right.
By the way, I
Corkager
don't
tried
like
to
OJ.
imprison me.
Next question. Slugger Mac on Discord asks the whole cast, what was the most exciting part of the season?
Coming back into the game.
The merge.
My alliance with Corkager.
Yes.
Getting a screen time.
Okay.
Meeting late.
For me,
Oh, it's so great that you guys are sitting next to each other in the seats too. Oh wait, that's shit. I looked at the wrong screen. Sorry. All right, next question. Oh, sorry.
Meeting Timmy was my favorite part.
Yes, Liz.
All right.
The merge tribal was pretty epic.
Oh, that was good.
The
yeah.
Huffle vote was also one of my favorites.
That was hype.
You know
Yeah,
what?
I'm
sorry,
Oh,
Huffle.
that might have been my favorite. Actually.
That was so awesome.
That wasn't Huffle's favorite.
Oh well.
Good. It was
Also,
Knife's favorite was the
War
final
immunity.
4.
That was awesome.
All right.
Whoa.
All right, we're gonna try to
I
speed
think
up these
my best
questions.
move.
By the way, we're gonna try to speed up these questions because,
Gotcha.
dang, we're actually kind of speeding by a little bit with this reunion. But I hope you guys are enjoying.
I
Um,
love it.
I hate it.
Sandstone from season 3 asks Garrett, I really liked your personality as shown from the edit. I was able to grasp a good sense of why you played a great social game, and was genuinely impressed with the way you were able to express your ideas in both confessionals and game. What advice would you give to your supporters who want to play a social game?
Okay, here's what's crazy. Like, half my supporters are the people who taught me how to play this game.
Oh, wow.
So I come from a different community of survivors, and I think I played a pretty decent game here. Would y'all agree?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
no.
Like it was okay. I'm not saying
Marty.
it's good. I'm saying it's okay. It was okay, right? It wasn't trash.
Yeah, I'll give you at least
probably would've
okay.
voted-
It was
I
really-
honestly would have voted
You
for
got to the end, you would have won.
depending on the
Give me a
answers.
solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give you a. Nah, I'm not gonna give you a 7. I'm gonna.
Everybody
I'll give you a 6 out of 16.
Garrett's the biggest threat in the game.
I'll give you 3 stars on
I
Yelp.
won't go that
Rookie
far.
score.
All right.
Okay, but where I come from, I am possibly the worst Survivor player in my entire group of like 200 people. I
Oh my
am
jeez.
awful. Like these people are so good at so I was able to use what I've learned from other people to help me do what I gotta do, like in this game, and it really helped me out. Like using like experiences from like people in my other groups. I'm gonna say some names you have no clue about. Like watching how my friend Bobby plays and translating it to here. Like it was really helpful. Be yourself. That's the number one key. Like my relationships with my allies were so genuine. And yeah, it's a game,
Marty.
but like I care about everyone I was working with, and it's crazy because my line of allies were all sitting in the same row.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
That's all.
All right. But yeah, so I believe your community is UHC survivors, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
All right. Yeah. Shout out to UHC survivors. There we go.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing us Garrett.
Yeah.
So Timo from season 5 asks, Chris/production, you guys can unmute for this one. What made you decide to do Edge of Extinction over Redemption Island or Outcasts? I low-key kind of forget because it's been so long.
Yeah, no one remembers. Well, I had no say in it because I applied and didn't get into the season. And asked to help out when I did.
Yes, JP.
No, okay. All right.
The original consensus was that we know that we were gonna do an Edge of Extinction, but we didn't know whether or not it was gonna be a traditional Edge of Extinction or I dare I say a Prometheus Peak.
Damn it.
Yeah, so-
By the way, I slightly remember too now, by the way. It was because I thought Edge of Extinction was cool when it was airing, because this was around the same time it was airing. Continue on, Sinner.
But I mean, you fiddled around with the idea of doing 2 returnees versus 1, and whether or not people from like pre-merge would be on jury and everything, and so you ultimately decided that it was going to be an Edge of Extinction, but only for pre-merge, and it's going to be a little bit tweaked.
Just to experiment, you know, and honestly, I think the experiment was a success.
Yeah, Edge was super tough. I
Brought us
hated it.
Korkager.
Okay, Jeff Probst, you're gonna make it permanent now.
Well, never said
Well,
that.
I like Vindicator
Fire
better more.
next.
Winners at war.
It works out once, and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, the fans love it."
Yeah, man. No.
Fire tokens.
Of course, I listen. I listen to you guys. Don't worry.
To make season 8.
Hey, Mr. Chris.
What?
Isn't that Chris?
I
Bucks?
missed this, so I didn't say it. You don't have to even put this in the recording, but congratulations, Travis. I wasn't here, so like, woohoo.
Travis?
You just called him Travis.
Trevor, woo. Sorry,
Your boy Travis just won the game.
Don't do drugs, boys.
Next.
Fucked up.
All right, so next one is from Vision from season 2.
Vision.
And he asked 4 questions, but I think I'm just going to choose one because
Travis and Corgay her.
I want to try to get as many from different people. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Trevor.
Okay, so this one I'm gonna ask for the whole cast. Which tribal council was the most fun watching / experiencing?
16.
One of the
None
first
of them.
merge ones.
Good night,
Korkager's
dude.
vote.
Korkager's
Korkager's vote
Oh no,
upstairs.
Korkager's
I laughed for like an hour straight after watching
And then
that
him.
vote off.
Look, I will say, watching that in Orlando with Andrew, with Miller, with Caleb,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
Kyle,
That was so funny.
that's something I won't
And
forget.
I wasn't on Marquee, so I like didn't know what was happening.
Yeah,
So it was just so
exactly.
funny to
Yeah,
watch.
that tribe was
Yeah, it was
awful.
really cool seeing tribals from like different tribals. Like some of us weren't able to.
Yeah, and they had a lot of them. Am I right, Calavigne?
Shut up.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck
yeah,
you.
dude.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Hey Timmy, how was tribal,
Sorry,
bro?
we're still gonna challenge.
I went to every one of those, like every single one. That was
Let's
awful.
go, Garrett.
All right, so Sooner
Same.
Sooner from season 3 asks to
I
the
know
whole
him.
cast, who was the biggest pre-merge upset and why? Who did you expect to go
Oh.
far
Chase
that
the
did
Magic
not?
Ninja.
Yeah,
Chase
Chase.
the Magic Ninja.
Yeah.
I
Don't
think
Chase the magic.
Absolutely Chase.
Good
Chase
luck
got
on
Chase.
my
completely
Chase.
swap screwed.
By the way,
Chase got
Chase
Chase
screwed by
was
the swap.
in me, Kaj, and Ben's final for
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
nobody's business.
Chase.
I will say, by the way,
Sorry.
Chase, I know you can't be here right now, but good luck at Worlds. He's
Yeah.
currently at a very high level competition right now for
I
for
hope you do well.
Ninja
Good luck,
Warrior.
Chase.
So
Chase
you
out
know,
here doing
Don't
stuff.
fall.
Chase out here with his priorities.
Don't
Ninja
fall.
Warrior,
Chris,
Worlds, or a Minecraft Survivor. I think he's making a good choice here.
I don't think he
Yes,
is.
sir.
Wait, Chris,
I
what's your answer to
disagree.
the biggest pre-merge upset?
For me,
Yeah.
Sure.
damn.
Marty.
Okay.
Huh?
I think Marty's up there.
For
honestly.
me, personally, just because it came right off a fresh tribe swap, and I hate seeing people get tribe screwed, I'd probably also say Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Chase the
But
Magic
everyone in the pre-merge provided something to the season that I think elevated it.
Yes,
Chase
pre-merge.
came from me.
And I'm
Yeah.
glad,
Sure.
and I'm glad Vindicator's key was around to give us more moments.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Vindicator's key.
Tim
Um,
got really bullied for my vote off, and I feel so bad.
Oh.
Lied.
Yeah, I feel like that's actually that's something I do want to address.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, just I hope everyone watching at home realizes this is just a game, and and
What?
that
This is real life, Chris.
it's
Wait,
just
this
a
wasn't for real money?
no, fuck no. So
What?
no, it's for
Bro,
your
y'all
it's
got me
it's
messed up.
it's
I'm
it's
out.
to stroke your freaking
Roast
egos.
myself.
Anyway,
Wait, Chris is
Yeah,
breaking
that's
the
true.
meta.
That's
Chris
true.
is breaking the whole
So-
year.
I will say, this is just a game. I don't think anyone should be going out of their ways to be sending hateful messages to people just because you couldn't stand when someone took out your queen. So deal with it.
I mean, I would beat Tim too.
I listen. I love Tim.
Who the
Tim
fuck is calling
Parkinger
me?
was my queen.
The community.
Sorry.
Is
So Liz, as you were saying,
I love Tim. Tim is quite possibly one of the best friends I could ask for, even though that happened. But yeah, I don't think people should have bullied him for it. It's just a plot game.
it is just a
Block
block
game.
game.
It's the Minecraft game show.
Wait,
Alright.
this is Minecraft?
That's the third Garrett Rock question. We're gonna keep going.
Oh, my bad.
This one comes from Nifty from E621. Do not look that up. And this is to all pre-mergers. So he gave. Let's see. Oh, let's see.
Me too.
So to the VK people, were there any big moments on Vindicator's key that didn't make the edit? Does anyone remember anything
Oh,
crazy that I didn't
Yes,
include?
yes, there's one. There's one.
I was
There's one.
surprised
There
the
is one.
Joseph enslavement made the final cut.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised that made it. I wasn't expecting that.
That was so awesome.
Wait, what?
That and then our
I'm trying to
fake
think
lines
because
that
there
we
was a
played for
lot.
Kager.
The shelter building, we
Oh,
built the
ooh.
shelter, and like everyone who was new could come in.
The practice
Oh,
shots.
yeah, we gave
Like
everybody.
Marty,
like,
I'm so sorry, Marty, but
Like, that was
dot
horrible.
dot.
And then on top of that, Liz coming in and everybody just,
Oh, that's
oh my
true.
god, I'm so sad. I was fucking fuming.
Next question. Do you think Corkager was the best person out of you guys to return from Vindicator's key? This can be in terms of gameplay or personality.
Personality.
No, I was
Hells no.
For me, I'm not
Personality?
complaining.
Yeah.
I know what I believe.
There are
I
arguments for
say
everyone.
personality,
I
yes.
Me, from an executive producer standpoint, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
For,
Nor should you.
for some of
would've
us,
liked- I
gameplay
would've
wise,
I
liked
mean, game wise, it was the worst
Game-
thing to happen to Mark.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
that
want to play.
was a
I wouldn't
blast.
want to play with you, but
I mean,
Entertainment value, yes.
I loved Hannah's attempt at trying to get Corkager to pass off.
That was hilarious.
all right. I'm gonna start
Oh, yeah,
doing
yeah,
more
no, no.
lightning
I
like
almost died
questions.
laughing when that happened.
I'm gonna do more lightning questions. So, sorry if I cut you off from here on out. This is another VK question. Nah.
Wow. I mean, it's the only screen time we're gonna get.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. Next one. PvP from Discord asks Chris, me, who was the person who who played like nothing like you thought they would? Huh.
Oh.
Who surprised you the most?
Yeah, who surprised me?
Could be a bad surprise.
Yeah, that's true.
This is probably a cop out, but Corkager, I thought, okay, to be completely honest, I expected you to be first boot, and
wait,
and then
He was.
Well, yes, but let me finish. I expected you to give us the content on Vindicator's key and then die out. I didn't expect you to come back.
I came back and I did it.
Who'd you expect to come back?
I don't know. I thought Corkager was just purely crazy.
know.
I didn't know he could come back.
I had it up there. Part of the plan.
Fair enough.
Chris,
you had to
who's your
build a
pre-
potion.
your pick?
It is hilarious though. After episode 1, like
I really don't remember who I had as a winner pick, but yes. Sorry, Kajbi?
I said it was hilarious though after watching episode 1, going to like talking with my friends about what happened, and they were like, I swear to God, if Corkager comes back, I will.
Oh yeah.
And then he did.
My brother was rooting for Corkager to come back. Like he saw how he treated me, and he was like, "Yeah, Corkager."
Oh, that hurts. Next
No,
question.
it was
After
very
I
rough
got
to
out,
watch.
my brother said, "I hope Corkager comes back
Okay.
and not you."
Next question.
Oh,
That's what he said too.
Next question comes from Ashbringer, aka Lawson, on Discord. This is to the jury. After seeing the season in action and all the details you might not have been aware of before, any regrets about your choice for the winner?
Yes.
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 I'm gonna be the one person to say it. No.
let's go, Garrett. Let's go.
Like, yeah, the whole thing sucks. He fucked up, and that sucks. That really do.
Okay,
But, like,
Even after seeing how he played, regardless of the spoiler.
Yeah, he played horrible.
Yeah, I want to add on to what Garrett was saying. I'm not saying no, or I'm not saying yes. I would change it because of the spoiler stuff. I'm saying that after watching it, I did realize like that Killer did play a pretty flawed game, and I do think that Trevor and Corkager both played like superior to him. So I do think that if there was a different final tribal, because they both admittedly said that they didn't give it their all and like they didn't do a great job, but I definitely wish I had changed my vote.
Now, this is probably going to this is a bit risky for me to ask, but would it be a stretch to say that some of the jury was just straight up bitter?
I was bitter. I'll admit to it.
Oh, when I got voted out and I went to Ponderosa, everyone was set on voting Knife to win because he was the only one from Marquis.
Which almost
Well,
happened.
It wasn't even Marquis.
It almost happened.
For
Yeah.
for me at least, it was of the people left. He was the only one who didn't.
So would you say?
negatively-
So would you say you were bitter, Huffle?
I think in the moment I was somewhat bitter, and
Rightfully so.
honestly, I wanted to vote for Corkager just because I was bitter. But
Could you
I ended
imagine?
up going with Killer
1-1 tie.
afterwards because he had the best final tribal council answers.
All right, this one comes from. Hold up.
Thanks, Huffle.
I just want to say that I didn't even know what Trevor. I didn't speak to Trevor one word until the final tribal, so that was
right.
one thing. In my
Next
vote.
question.
as well.
Colin from season 5 asks to
no.
all the pre-jurors, 10 seconds each. We'll start from Asher and then make our way up. Hey pre-jury, could you give a quick summary of what you would have done if you won the VK trial? Asher.
Oh my gosh, I would have just apologized because I basically got paranoid because Joseph made me paranoid and I blew up everything. And I think I could have probably repaired those bonds if I tried.
All right, Hannah.
I was so set on turning on the calamari tribe, not calamari, and going
tried,
with like
she tried.
Jaden and Garrett and Tim, just
Go.
because I wanted to get them out because I was bitter. That's
Joseph.
all it.
Been down.
Joseph.
I would have come back into the game and reconnected with the Marquis tribe, although I wouldn't have guaranteed I would have worked with them, but I definitely want to talk to the whatever your name was, the Green tribe.
Calavigne. Marquis. Sorry, not Marquis. Marty. Wow.
I would have tried my best to get rid of Garrett, Huffle, Jay, and the other one.
And the other. I don't know who the other one is, but
I'm sorry, Marty. Who did you vote for again?
Liz.
Um,
Liz.
Jay,
Liz, you're next. Sorry, Marty, you're done.
I probably would have came back to because it was merge after that, so I probably would have came back to Tim and Garrett and everyone in my old alliance and celebrated and been like, I got them, me.
Cool. All right. So, Superior Cuber from Reddit. Ooh, a Reddit question. This one's to Knife.
Huh?
Why did you decide to flip on Garrett at the final 6?
Because it was a coin flip with the rock draw, and it was either
Right.
me or Killer going home. And also, I felt like I could beat Killer in the end. I couldn't beat Garrett at the end. So even if I had to choose between getting out Killer or Garrett at that specific moment, I just wanted to go with Garrett, also just to save my own ass.
All right, this one comes from Jason from season 5. He asks Marty, how does it feel to have been 2 blocks away from coming back? We already answered what would you have done when you came back, but how does it feel knowing that you were second place?
It sucks because I did not know where the hell I was in the challenge. I thought I was in last place. Like, I never got any refreshers. And fuck you, Cork Hager. Internet should have died, like mine.
All right.
Honestly, it was close. It was close.
This is a joint question from Dinwar and Jason. And this one goes to Knife. What does the MP in Knife stand for, and why is your name Knife?
Do you want a real answer, or?
I don't care what you say, dude.
Oh god.
All right. Well, I mean, the MP just stands for my 2 first initials, and
Not
then the
micropenis?
Is... No, it's not micropenis.
That's what I thought.
I'm sorry to say that my name is Matthew Patrick, and my knife.
On my way. Where do you live? Address.
Yeah.
Game theory.
You can dox me all you want, and my knife is a reference to my last name. So.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Guys, we got him.
That was a Minecraft Survivor theory.
All right, one more question from Sinwar. And this one goes to... Actually, he has a lot. Let me just choose one. These are all dumb. I hate it. Okay. Sinwar asks from Season 4, Tim, how's the restaurant doing?
That's good.
Yes, Tim.
I hope
I've
you come
got
by
bankrupt.
someday.
What does
Table
the
3,
chef
table
recommend, Tim?
Okay.
Called up Cork Hager. Fuck you.
All right, one last question from Sinwar, and it's to Trevor.
Oh.
Ooh.
Travis?
I have a feeling. Say it.
Do you want? There's a couple, but do you really want this one?
I know which one you want to ask, so ask it.
Well, why are you fat, bald, and ugly?
Hey, I'm not bald. There you go. There's the line.
Okay. Okay.
We stand Trevor.
Next one comes from... Okay, I'm glad, because now we made it halfway through the sheet, all because Sinwar asked, 20 questions. And so I don't have to ask any of them anymore. I Love TN... Oh, God, yeah. I Love TN 2000 on YouTube asks Asher, how was it getting fucked over by Cork Hager?
Oh
Asher.
my god.
Best.
I mean, it sucked. It wasn't good. It didn't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
But
Sorry.
like I said before, I'm over it now. It's all good.
Yay.
All right. Next one. Oh, nope. That's another Garrett Rock question.
Oh, you want me to go into more detail?
No,
I'll
we're
say
good.
no more.
We're good. Let's see.
Elmo.
Garrett, what's your favorite type of rock?
The ones he doesn't go draw.
I was immune.
What's your question? None of the above.
You know I love you, Timmy, right?
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good.
Alright, for sure. Hey,
I
play
thought
one
you
of my
were-
survivors, bro.
I'll make time someday.
Okay.
Awesome. I'll come to your restaurant.
Can I add in here? I want to say that my favorite exchange throughout the season was when Garrett walked into Ponderosa and goes, I need to apologize to my boy Timmy, and Tim just goes, fuck you, Garrett.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
I
Okay.
came in there with so much love, and he just looks at me like through the screen. I just see him glaring at me. And he just goes, fuck you.
All right.
And I'm like, oh.
Next question. JP Tooney from Discord asks Joseph, as the grand leader of our
What?
great empire, do you believe you'll be able to lead Arizona to her full glory and overtake the world by March? Answer the question.
You know, I can't. Yeah, but I can't reveal much other plans about the course of Arizona's conquering. Okay.
Okay. That's all I needed to hear.
You better cut that part out.
No.
Well, looks like there's not gonna be a season 8.
Hey,
Whoa.
All the castaways will be from Arizona.
Risky.
Let's
Survivor
see.
Arizona versus Nevada.
Chillin' X Squid on Discord asks Tim, who were you rooting for after you got out?
Primarily Jay. And
Yeah.
even at some point Kaj, because even though
Hey.
he wasn't on my side, he's a great guy. Kaj is one of the friendliest people I've ever met.
Very true.
It's just a one-off.
Thanks, Timmy. You too.
We only have about 5
was
minutes
sweet.
left for questions, but Christo Man on YouTube asks Garrett, why did you get mad at Killer for flipping when Rocks was going to happen at Final 6? Your alliance... Oh, no, this was to Knife. Why'd you get mad at Knife for flipping when Rocks were going to happen at Final 6?
It was, oh my lord, there's a massive ass spider outside my window. Holy shit. I'm sorry.
Seems like a good reason.
It was a hard one for me because Knife Jay and I were sort of all forced to work together, and it brought us all pretty close. And Knife was at the bottom. I'm not sure how we got there. And I was one of the people, along with Timmy, obviously, were like, let's bring Knife in. We fucks with him.
Yes, sir.
And to me, it was pretty obvious that when I went, Knife was going.
10 seconds.
So Knife had to, like, I was thinking if he kept me in, it lasts his game longer because it was me and him back to back, either way, and he proved me wrong. So my apologies.
Alrighty.
English, Jesus.
So John Sonia from YouTube asks, Kajbi, do you think you would have won if you got to the end?
Oh, that's a question.
Yes.
I mean, I would obviously think I would. I mean, my plan going to the end was to stay loyal to the final 3 I made with Trevor and Korkager, which almost worked out, but just short. But I do think that I had a good shot at winning just because of how I mean, I don't know if I want to say this, but how bitter the jury was.
Yeah.
That's us. I don't know.
If you had voted me out, I would have voted for you, though. I mean,
Yeah, you were getting my vote too.
You probably had most people's votes.
Well, after hearing that, yes, I think I would have won.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Irrelevant on Discord asks Kajbi, are you going to tease Happy about how better you are? I guess he meant that you did better on the show versus Happy from season 4.
Oh yeah, me and Happy are good friends. I don't think I'll tease him about it. He does bring it up, like, oh my god, he did better than. But no, I don't think I'll tease him about it.
He'd be like, fuck yeah.
Why are you a good guy? Dang. Okay.
You should tease him.
Let's see.
Okay, maybe I will, Trevor.
Hell yeah.
I'm just gonna try to find a couple more questions before we end this segment off that weren't already asked. Let's see.
That's right, Sooner.
Okay. Who do you think? Okay, this one comes from Kid on Discord. The whole cast. Just shout out a name. Who do you think showed the most potential on this season of Minecraft Survivor?
Timmy.
Garrett.
Kaj.
Mark.
I don't know.
Don't
Oh,
say me.
Korkager.
Hey, Trevor.
Shit.
Trevor.
Huffle.
Liz.
I'm being
Huffle's a good
sarcastic.
answer.
Liz.
I'll come out and say it. I'll say Knife because this was his first game, and like, as much as people had their opinions, he was playing the game. He was being logical.
Good job, Knife.
That's a
Thank you,
fact.
Chris.
That's like-
Yeah. Good job, Knife.
Let's see.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, no problem. Next question. Maybe last. Not really sure. You know what? 5 more questions.
What?
Huh?
All right.
Wow.
More than one.
Yeah.
That's a deal.
That's less than 6.
Let's see. Ooh. Oh, okay. This one. Johnny Berg on YouTube asks, "What was the funniest moment of the season?" Great season, by the way. The whole cast.
Everything involving Corkager.
Oh yeah.
Corkager's whole game.
Just Corkager. That's my answer.
Actually, I want to also say Liz like cursing
Yes.
basically.
That shocked
Like saying like how much Asher was an idiot. That was hilarious.
All right, next.
We love Asher.
I'm sorry, Asher.
All right. Question number 4.
Asher got beat up on this season.
Aw.
We love Asher.
Question number 4 comes from JT from season 5, and this one goes to Marty and Trevor. Are you going to be voting in the 2020 presidential election? And if so, who will you be voting for?
Are you trying to call me old? 17. But yes, I will be voting in the presidential election this year because I'll be turning 18.
Oh wow. You don't
I
have
don't know
to
if I can answer that. I don't want to be attacked.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I'm not
I
gonna
make,
say
You don't
I
have
mean,
to
I make it
answer.
pretty obvious what my views are. So
All right. Yeah, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to.
I mean Trump, but let's...
Okay. There we go. There we go.
Not Trump over here. I think my mama kicked me out.
Question number 3.
Guys, that was actually a foreshadow for season 8's theme: Republicans versus Democrats.
Oh,
yes,
Jesus
sir. That'd be
Christ.
fucking awesome.
All right. Yeah, we'll never talk about. Okay, this is the only time I'm ever gonna say
polarizing.
it. Almost did that for season 4. Glad I didn't.
Oh my
Oh my
god. Oh
god.
my
No
god.
way.
You should have. Oh my
No,
God.
what do a bunch of teenagers know about the real world? Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's
fair,
what
that's
make it
fair.
entertaining.
Hey, get 15 other Timmys, and you're good.
It's just they get to the merge and then all of a sudden one guy's just like, wait, hold on.
Question number 3 comes from West on Discord. This is to Corkager. What made you want to make an effing cult on day 1?
Oh, my friend.
Oh, West.
My friend. He was like,
His
he was
300
like,
IQ.
he was like, you should just make a cult, and I was like,
And
all right,
you literally
I'm gonna
took
do
it.
I did, and I did it. It worked, I guess. Kind of worked.
In a sense,
It's
I guess.
semi-worked. It's in a sense.
I love the opening thing where he was like, I want to make a cult of little,
Little children.
Yeah, okay, that's a little out of context. It was because I was a counselor that summer.
Oh,
so-
jeez.
That makes,
Yeah,
I don't know if that makes it better.
They
That
love
makes it way
to make
worse.
small children of him.
All right. So, question number 2 comes from here underscore Dan on Discord. This one's to Jay. Do you think you overplayed or downplayed, as I know you're a super fan of the game?
I don't know. I feel like going in, I had this idea of like I want to play this way. I want to do this. But then once I got on the island, it was kind of just like I threw everything away. So I feel like I played just the right amount. I don't know if that's kind of a cop out for this, but I feel like I played just I played it by ear. I did whatever I needed to do in the round that was going by just to survive. And yeah, I feel like if anything, I might have downplayed because I didn't make moves when I should have. Like when I
10
was going
seconds.
home, I probably should have fought harder to get like killer out. But I think I played just the right amount, and I'm content with how I played.
All right. And
I love you.
last question from Ravenous on Discord, and this is to Hannah. How does it feel staying on Vindicator's key for a long period of time with Corkager?
Oh my god. Oh, and then okay.
Hannah?
Oh, it was not fun the first hour and a half with just Corkager talking. And it
You tell me
especially
I
was
made it
not fun
better.
when everybody who was on his tribe came and he was just like, I hate you. And so then like 5 minutes later, he's like, you know what? You're a chill guy.
Chill
That's
guy.
true.
All right.
I would have loved an hour and a half if just.
No, I would.
All right.
Yeah, can you upload that unedited? Just
I don't
Hannah
know,
Corkager.
man. Last question. This one's just real quick. Cosby 10 seconds from Luigi Spanish from Facebook. He asks, are you still working at the movie theater?
Oh, awesome! I am still working at the movie theater,
Okay.
and I love it there.
Awesome.
have any
Otherwise, you
popcorn on
wouldn't be
your
there. All right. So with that, that closes out the questions and answers. Hopefully, we got to your question. A lot of you guys had questions. In fact, there were 144 responses. We couldn't get to all of them, but
Oh, Jesus!
we tried to answer what we could here. So with that, let's actually, let me tabulate the votes for fan favorite.
Oh,
While-
I forgot. Oh, shit.
Good luck, everybody.
While you guys are doing that,
If it's
or
not
while
obvious who won,
while I'm doing
I have
that,
one name in mind.
I
I'm
have one name in
going to just quickly run my graph simulator, and you guys just banter while I get the final results.
Yes, sir.
Banter,
Jay.
banter, blah, blah, blah,
What a
blah,
great-
If anyone has an
banter,
idol
blah,
and
blah,
like to
blah,
play it,
blah,
now
blah,
would be
blah,
the
blah.
Hey
This
guys,
band
finish
is an
this
instrument,
dance right
blah,
now.
blah, blah,
I'm playing
blah,
my
Can we
idol.
have an open mic session?
Stop.
Hey, yo, Jay.
Sinwar
Let's do
stole my
spoilers.
idol.
Yeah.
I didn't get to tell you this,
They
so
both
I'm gonna tell
negate
you it
votes.
now. But
That was a good
I-
joke. I'm a fan.
I really
Thank you.
enjoyed
Thank you, Huffle.
Alright,
going through hell with you.
me too.
Thank you,
It was
Garrett.
fun.
Like, I'm glad Timmy didn't have to go through it. Like, I really am. but like the fact that I had to go through it with you that was the best case scenario. That shit was lit.
Damn.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, when it was the reward challenge and we left you out of it, I felt so bad.
That was
That was-
a good moment.
Oh my god.
Jay and I were just like, we love life.
Wait,
Yeah,
no, that was
I
you
was-
and Knife.
That was
Oh my
great.
god.
Okay.
Kodak is pretty cool. His old music was his new music is okay. He always has Fago beats, but his voice sounds pretty horrible.
All right.
Nice.
So, now that I have the results, actually, hold up. Let me just make sure I'm doing the right thing here.
I'm winning. Watch.
Yes, sir, Gary.
My bet is that I got
Corkager win. Wow.
Please
Killer's
be
gonna win.
Corkager, dude. I'm gonna kill
gonna be
myself.
Not
It's
him.
killer. It's
All right.
Oh my god, that would be the best.
So, if you don't know how we do things around here, I will be announcing the top 5 in no particular order. Okay? In no particular
order. Do it.
And so you will stand over here, right either in front or behind a torch on one of these prismarine slabs, and I will reveal 5th, 4th, 3rd, and then 1st. If you are not the winner, I will ask you to pick up your torch. Usually we have a fire, but we don't have a fire for you to throw the torch. So instead, pick up your redstone torch and sit back down, back with your fellow
No
cast
budget.
members.
Dang.
All right. So, actually, let me figure out the order that I want to say this. I'm gonna type
In
this
no
out.
particular order.
in no particular
In no
order. Let me
particular
figure
order.
out the order.
0 order.
Just go from
Uh-oh.
like whitest to
Alphabetically.
darkest.
Okay.
It's
So,
all white people.
well, I'll keep that in mind. Okay. So, in no particular order, in your top 5, first person in the top 5 is. Oh wait, you know what? Let me hype this up real quick. So, what are we doing here? Season 7 fan favorite poll. Thank you everyone who submitted a response. After reading through all the responses, we have 221 valid responses. I think that is more
Wow.
than season 6.
Jesus.
So,
Wow.
thank you for letting your voice be heard.
Wow.
And so, with that, in the top 5 of the fan favorite running for season 7 in no particular order, the first person is Corkager.
Oh my god.
Yes.
What?
Everyone else just pack it up and go home.
Next one
In no particular
is
order.
Timmy.
Yeah, Tim.
Big shot.
Yeah, Tim.
Third spot, moving into the top 5, is
Asher.
Cosby.
Oh,
Did
top
you
5?
see that?
Oh, sorry, Huffle.
All good.
There are only 2 spots left, and one of them goes to Liz.
Oh,
I know who the last
Okay, Liz.
I am alone.
That only leaves 1 spot left,
Garrett.
and this person
Everyone hate me.
asked to go from lightest skin to darkest skin. Get on here, Garrett.
Let's go, Garrett.
Yeah, Garrett.
Fuck with a vision. Okay, who wants to sit next to Black Garrett? It has to be
I
Timmy.
think you're right in the middle.
Oh yeah, far away from you as possible.
All right. So, gave you the instructions. I
wait,
will-
so Chase wasn't up there?
No. So, In the in fifth
No.
place. Fifth place. Oh wow, this was a close race. Okay. I'm now seeing the bar graphs. Okay. So, because of how the point system worked this time around, I will read the point totals. These are not raw vote scores. These are the point totals. Because third place gave 1 point, second place votes gave 2 points, first place votes gave 3 points. With 106 points in fifth place, Liz. Pick up the torch. No. Well, behind you. And
That's really good.
join your castmates back.
This is an elite group of people right here.
In fourth place, with 1 more point to Liz.
So
Wow.
Garrett.
Yeah.
Meant to be.
Yeah, what's good, Bo?
All right.
Oh wait, sorry.
So we are down to 3 people.
Yeah, the races really spoke out tonight.
Dang, I got top 3.
We'd love a mood killer. Timmy, Cosby, and Corkhager. You guys are the top 3. In third place with 2 more points above Garrett.
Jesus.
I feel better.
Cosby.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Timmy.
Hey, I'll take third. These two are.
The 2 furries
Yeah.
won.
Deja
Timmy
vu,
owns a
baby.
fucking restaurant. He could have put up
Yes,
an
deja
episode
vu.
though.
All right,
Please,
so
please.
it's Timmy versus Corkhager for the winner of fan
This
favorite.
is so intense.
Tim, you might as well pack it up.
The winner of season 7. Oh, whoa, that's weird. The fan favorite of Minecraft Survivor the Caribbean is Corkhager.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That is incredible! Oh my god! Holy cow!
Congratulations,
yes.
Corkhager.
Yes, Trevor!
Tim
Yes.
was second.
Hey?
I think you
Holy
said
cow.
Asher wrong.
Yes, yes.
Point totals for anyone keeping track at home: 169, and then 294.
Holy
Jesus
Christ! Jesus
Hell yeah.
Christ! Thank you, boys.
All right, so
Holy-
everyone,
Dream are you gonna crush today with the 0 points?
We can talk about that after. Okay,
Who had
so
the least?
we can talk about that
You
after.
have to say it.
That's
No, I usually talk about these things off screen. So
Okay.
on the benches, please.
Mine the
Sorry.
Can we get an honorable
That's
mention?
Oh my god.
No.
Oh shit.
So, just want to say this. We're closing out the reunion here. Thank you,
bittersweet.
thank you, everyone. The cast, the production, for bringing us a really good season. Sure, there might have been some things that we just wish didn't happen, but hey, I could still say that like it was a pretty good 95-97% of the season, you know. And I don't think
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I heard that definitely.
So, thank you all for being a part of this.
I really felt that.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you,
Yes, Chris.
Yeah, thanks,
Chris, I'm
Chris,
gonna
for
kiss
having
you.
me.
I'm gonna
Thank you.
All right.
I
So
can put away
The
my
elbow
Chris
heads.
body pillow.
I know it's typically expected at this point, just because I set a precedent. Back in season 2, I would always tease the next season because it would be fun to do that. Have a little preview, but I'm not memeing here. Shouldn't have memed back then because everyone just expects something now. But I will say, this season took a lot of time, but I'm glad with how it came out. Unfortunately, it did take a lot out of me to just edit this, keep certain things under wraps, and personally, I don't have that much time anymore. I gotta live for myself. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've enjoyed editing 7 and producing 7 of these seasons, and whether or not this continues, I just want to say thank you to the audience for sticking around for so long. Now we're at like 2.2 thousand subscribers. Even though I might not be able to like reply back to every comment, I still remember the days back in seasons 1, 2, 3 where I would try to reply and love every single comment. Even if I don't do that, just know I still read and I do care about every single bit of feedback or criticism you guys give me, because it only makes the show grow better. And so with that, I'm just gonna step away from the show. Not really sure what's gonna happen. If I come back, that'd be great, but unfortunately editing does take a long time. Editing, knowing the post-season drama, doesn't help either. And I don't know if anyone wants to step up in that regard. That'd be Gucci, but I'm not expecting anything. Please don't bombard me with season 8 questions. As
Next
for
up.
the meantime, I'm stepping away from the show, and whether or not that is permanent or not, we'll just have to see. So, any
You've
final?
done a great job.
Thank you.
Woo!
Great.
So,
Been a part of it.
as per tradition, before everybody goes to vote, does anyone have any final words before we close this season out?
I have a monologue.
God.
Why am I not surprised?
Anyone have
Go
a
for it.
If
Go
you're
for
up
it.
for it.
Go for it.
All right.
Don't say the N word, please.
I will not. It will not come out of my mouth once.
Okay.
It's gonna be the only word.
It's gonna be caught twice.
Life is so short and it's so precious and it's so sweet, and we got to take, the opportunity and seize it every single time and make the most out of what we have. And there is such a prime example of greatness that is literally right in front of our eyes. And if you guys want to look straight, you'll see what I'm talking about. A hard-working man that keeps on doing his thing. He gets hate every day. He gets love every day, but he keeps on doing him. He's living his own life now, and that's great. And we got to love and respect that, because he right here, he brought some people together. I would never talk to none of y'all. Like, y'all ain't in my group if it wasn't for him. And for that, I am so, so grateful, because now I have people that I'm friends with, for life, whether it be people who be going to be yelling at me. I'm talking about you, Marty. Or whether it be people
don't
that,
go
like,
there.
I got all types of love, like with Jay. Like these are friendships I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. So, thank the man in front of us, because he brings us together. And live life at the fullest and keep on doing you, because y'all all be awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you, Garrett.
man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Garrett.
That was
Much
amazing.
appreciated.
Why do I sound
That was
so
amazing.
Any
That
other
was
final
amazing.
words before we close the season out?
Just end it
As
like
a
that.
fan that got to play, just thank you for everything
thank
you've
you.
done
Me
for us.
too.
Thank you,
Yes.
Chris.
Mental
Thank
work.
you.
No
I
problem.
gotta go.
I have something to say.
I'm gonna
Bye,
kiss
guys.
Past my bedtime.
Bye, Trevor.
All right.
It was a fun game.
All right. Any
You
other
cover.
words?
No, well,
I love you guys.
never mind.
Love
Never
all you
mind.
guys.
Love you too.
Love you guys.
Love you all.
This
Love
was
all you.
awesome.
All
This
right.
was awesome.
Thank
I'll
you.
see you all in hell. First away ticket.
I'll be there right with you. I'll be there right
Exactly,
with you.
Garrett. I can't wait.
And we're done. We are off in
Oh,
3,
you all in therapy.
2.
Oh,
Peace, love, and
goodbye.
positivity, baby.
One.
Peter,